glad you brought it up because I'm enamored with Sam Basallo's bat. I think that it is something that it's for 19 years old and how hard he hits the baseball consistently. And we can ask you, I guess, because it's Aberdeen too related, but I want to finish with Sam Basallo. I don't think the Orioles can move this guy personally. I mean, this guy to me seems like when we're looking at great talented players, the Orioles have him. He just seems like he's another one in line that like a can't miss candidate. Do you feel that certain way when you watch him play down there in Bowie?
Well, the Orioles have told me for 2 years now, they see progress in his catching. And I don't see him play enough on video or in person to give a real fair opinion on his catching. I talk to people who talk to people and some scouts, and there's differing opinions on that. He's a big guy, but so is Wieters, so is Adley. There are big guys who catch, who do it. And he really, really wants to catch. He is determined to prove the doubters wrong. And his arm, some scouts tell me, is better than Adley today, and it's accurate. So this kid can throw. His game calling is coming on. When I was at Bowie the other night, I lucked into a great video. I happened to be, shooting on my phone. I said to the guy next to me, if this kid could hit a homer now, this would be really great. And about 10 seconds later, he hit a ball 420 feet with 109 exit velocity, and he really bat flipped it. He kind of really styled it a bit. And that's what a lot of the young kids do now. Those of us of my age get off their lawn. This is how it's done, minors and majors. So I'm not going to act like that. I wouldn't do it that way, but he did, and that's fine. The kid can flat out hit. He is one of the top 20 prospects in baseball, and he's going to be an Oriole someday before too long. Not this year, I doubt it, but maybe next year. Yeah,
I'm with you on that. The position wise, and for everyone saying for Adley, by the way, there's a shelf life how long Adley's going to catch. Right? Can you hear me still, Zach? Am I still?
Yeah, we can hear
you. Good. That's great. There's a shelf life. Even if he's able to catch for 5 more years, that's fantastic. Once you get into your 30s, it's a little bit harder. For Sam Basallo, though, you're right. Bigger catchers, there are other issues that you can have. Can I ask you then on Aberdeen on the Enrique Bradfield Jr. side? Because that's another name that people are looking at. And Tristan McKenzie, when the Guardians were in town, talked about, he grew up with him, the speed, the ability to cover ground in the outfield. He's been banged up a couple times. Can you give an update on last year's first-round pick for the Birds?
I think he's doing fine. He had 1 or 2 balls he drove to left field for hits when I was there. I think, and I interviewed him in spring, one of the nice things about Bradfield is he knows his game. He knows it's not power, obviously. He's got to hit for a high average. He's got to get on base. He's got to have good plate discipline and play great D and steal bases. He brings a lot. He doesn't bring power. So he's kind of an outlier for an Oriole draft pick, right? All these guys they draft are big boppers, Kerstad and Mayo and Beavers and Adley and Gunner. We go back years. They drafted boppers, man. And this kid is not that. So they kind of took a flyer on someone who's a little different, who could be that top of the order guy down the line, but he's really got to keep going. I wonder if he's going to hit enough to make it. He can run well enough. We know that. He can defend well enough. And we're just going to see how his bat plays as he moves up.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing that people are going to say, because it's a different style than the other, higher prospects. The other higher